happy. Rel sucks, Leona sucks. It's a miserable time all around. So yeah, nice. Labrov can answer immediately with the Blitzcrank, which I really do like. It's a great answer into the Lulu. She's very vulnerable, and especially when you've got a lot of protection off the back of a pick, because you can throw out the Maokai ultimate, throw out the Unravel.
Aware of where Yike was likely to be, because they saw him thanks to that early ward pathing towards bot side. Ooh,
flash hook, Kalist gets hooked. He's only got the cleanse and he doesn't have a hope of getting out. Doesn't burn the summoner. First blood to G2. Rov and Skumod have to hover around mid a little bit more. Caps might be caught out here as Yike is coming in from the side, but he can just path down towards the bottom. The Emperor's of Ike just clipping him though, and the Weaver's Wall is still going to be stunned on it. Well played by Casey. Caps levels up, should still fall. Vladdy on the board for Karmine Corp.
Brilliant play from KC in the mid lane. Vladdy just clipping Caps on the edge. Sets up nicely for Yike on the gank. Now he can return over to those Void Grubs as Skumon finishes off the Dragon.
The former G2 jungler
set still had flash if Caps had got any further away. Nature's Gas coming out from Skumon, but look at the damage ready onto Labrov. Kalist with the cleanse away, almost got Labrov in the end. It's target.
The most dangerous part of that play was him being under tower range.
Kalist has no summoners. He's stepping into darkness there. That was greedy from Kalist. Unsummoner and Labrov punish him rightly. He didn't have anyone.
Kalistas Labrov sets his sights on Kalist once more.
Kalist just hasn't got an opportunity to actually go.
He's at his own base!
It's just harassment. That's all Labrov's doing. Trying to make sure that Caps could come in as well. The flash over the wall, wild growth onto Kalist. There's too many wards on the blast cone, and Kalist can't auto it.
Kalist can't get onto the map! The man is just trying to run back into his own base, and G2 found him, but Caps now may not be safe.
Does have the flash away from Yike, looking for the permafrost here. Vladdy coming in as well, he's hooked away. Caps starting to walk away, but in the end, Vladdy's soldiers will secure the kill.
So and separated, even has to reset in case they look for Dragon immediately to a bot side play.
And remember earlier, we talked about the consequences.
Needing 2 plates as well, so suddenly you're in position for all of these objectives as you need to. So at the moment, KC trying to answer on this top side, but here comes the Ezreal ult.
True Shot Rush coming out as well. Look at the CC on Kalist. He does have flash and he has the cleansing, he has a wild growth, but it's not enough to save him.
Mark surrounding him upon his arrival into the roster. But here, in this best of 5 game 1, he's having a fantastic performance.
Justifiably had a lot of questions around him as well, I think. Like, he didn't have a great start to Winter, nor did G2. Targamas, on the other hand, has actually leveled up substantially from where we saw him last year, especially with
KC in their mid games, which has been this duo working together.
Slash from
Labrov. He's getting swift. He lands the hook there onto Targamas, pulls him back. The wild card comes up as well, but Hansama already on a rampage now with the Nature's Grass coming out. There's the knockback with the seismic shove. Yike yeeted across the wall. He goes back in. Vladdy trying to put all the damage down he can. Is it enough? Emperor's Divide will not kill off Skumond. G2
enough to get him to safety. But G2 are quickly snowballing. Oh, what a snipe from Hansama as he gets it.
Doubt them at your peril. It is the LEC after all. Labrov here stepping forward. Yike perhaps looking to smite away. The Rift Herald can't get there in time. Well, Arctic Assault back across the wall.
The problem is they've abandoned topside as well, though. I actually thought you'd just see G2 immediately shift up towards that top half, but they're basically looking to force in towards this mid lane. Dragon in a minute's time, or sorry, in a couple of seconds' time, but I do think they might be able to get this turret here off the back.
They do have the Rift Herald if they want to put it down. Don't really want to overextend, but look at the damage from Hansama already onto Yike, who's got Heart Steal first. Kana having to Pathmaker his way away from the hook. Is Labrov? Just trying to work out what his first item is going to be. It's not going for the tanky, you know, doesn't need a lock. It is really more about getting that ability haste, getting those hooks down. Yike trying to get around the jungle, but can't get anywhere close to the dragon. Labrov continues to be a thorn in the side.
Oh, I thought he was going to hook the Krug as well, just to put salt in the wound. But
I think Blitzcrank hook without AP doesn't.
I also love how G2 are setting themselves up on the map here. They understand that essentially 2 people are needed.
Collapse is just so fast. With the Talia ultimate, with the CC that they have combined with the Blitzcrank and the Maokai. KC now looking for an angle into the Atakan.
And Yike steal it. He's done that quite a few times. Skumon Mikhail's immediately by Labrov. Yike trying to get in here, but Broken Blade's going to keep him at bay. The Atakan secured, and now the fight's life on G2. Chain of Corruption hits Caps down towards the bottom side. Yike's still tanky, but he's knocked back into the middle of G2 once again. The all-out coming out from Kana. He's knocked back as well by Broken Blade. And Karmine Corp dive in, but find no way of getting out. TP behind as Broken Blade's looking for the flank, and Labrov's looking to send Vladdy 6 feet under. BB BB now on the flank. Kalist has the flash. Targamas has one of his own as well, but isn't going to get the chance to use it. BB still chasing. Kalist only has cleanse, so cleanse the slow, but knocked into the wall. Has nothing left, and he can't even kill a Broken Blade.
It's a 22-minute ace for G2. A statement is being made. Start thinking about, hey, it's a best of 5. There's still plenty of opportunities to turn this around. We're in our first fearless
situation, which is why G2 started up the Baron. And Lebrov just looking for this play over the wall.
Yank going forward, Pathmaker in, Broken Blade immediately dives onto Kana, who goes all out. The Baron now taken by G2. Kana at half HP, the hook lands on Targamas, and immediately he's rooted up. The wild growth is a wild nope as he falls. Vladdy dives in with the Emperor's Divide, but he only finds a tree, and now he's the one going timber. Yike and Kalist, the last two standing. Lebrov's having none of it. Hunsummer with another Yike trying to walk away wounded from his former teammates, but he's locked up by Skewmond, and he'll fall. It's a triple for Hunsummer. 11-0-6 as G2 walk down mid.
G2 righting the wrongs of the regular season in this first game. They cut down Yike as their last member, and now they will march towards the Nexus.
An impressive performance in game 1 as G2 stamped their authority in this best of 5.
It's a demolition, lads. G2, 27 minutes, 14,000 gold lead, 20 kills to 3. And it seems like Karmine Corp haven't really woken up yet. Let's see if they can awake from their slumber for game 2. To the middle, to the top. I mean, Galio can also go top lane.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Galio pick is just so perfect here. Not only is it just, it's a very common answer into the Rumble that we've seen around the world.
BB,
yes.
It's MSI last year, where he really brought it out.
I thought he
brought the wave in bot lane. At the moment, Vladdy is the first to move from mid. Caps can start to move across. Go between worlds on the back of this fight. G2 kind of watching the Drake go down in their faces right now at 1,000 HP. Engaged from Targamas. Caps forced away by Vladdy. Lebrov looking to get the engage, and Skewmod going on to Yike immediately, and the smite goes down, and Skewmod gets first kill. Targamas falls for the...
The truth is that Victor and Zeri really don't have a lot of damage early.
Yep.
But I don't actually think that was the biggest consequence. Seems like it didn't take them very long. And speaking of, Lebrov made his way mid.
Vladdy does have the flash, dodges the Shadowing Strike, but still hit with the crash down. Won't have to burn his summoner for this. Trading back onto Caps. Gravity Field will get the stun here. Yike coming in with a cease and desist. And Caps was greedy with his path thing. Vladdy and Yike punish him.
I mean, Vladdy is...
Targamas, but Hans is in for a world of hurt right now. The collapse can come out. Hunsummer just on the edge of the Vault Breaker there. That could have been disastrous for G2. Karmine Corp collapse well. Caps put some damage back into Kalista. TP coming out from Kana as well as he's going to join the fight. Caps now on the wrong side of the rift. Does have the flash, can jump across the wall as well. Paranoia out from Skewmond. And now in the middle of the pit, Skewmond dives in onto Yike, who tries to dive onto Hunsummer. The killer instinct, the barrier. The equalizer's enough. Yike gets the kill. Caps, though, starting to collapse with the rest of G2. Yike will fall. Targamas goes low. The ignite ticking on him. The stun landing from Vladdy as Lebrov falls as well. Karmine Corp find 2 and should be able to get the dragon off this as well.
It was a bit of a scramble, but KC are able to come out on top. Yike immediately getting that lock up and the kind of follow. Oh no!
Oh, it's a disaster for everyone. The taunt goes out onto Targamas in the end. The Winds of War will kill him.
Okay. One team fight for KC, they'll have to back off. They'll concede the dragon very quick, and the great thing about it is Lebrov, who was zoning off the 3 members of KC, he then tried to help his AD carry, which then just gave them easy access into the fight. So ultimately, great execution. Vladdy, remember, no flash on him.
Kana's on his way, though. Doesn't have the equalizer, but Vladdy immediately turns it onto Skewmond. He has to flash away, and with the Electro Harpoons hitting his back, Vladdy has been on absolute fire so far this game.
In a position now where they can actually set him up on a side lane, keep the pressure there. Kana, though,
doesn't have flash, and Lebrov's on his way across. There's the taunt. Lebrov's still chasing forward. Kana has the movement speed from the scrap shield, but the flash Shadowing Strike, equalizer coming out as well. Magnastorm to pull Kana back. Do they have the damage? They're tanky enough, but Kana tries to burn them.
No way!
Broken Blade! In the end, the damage they had there was Hollow Radiance on Broken Blade, which isn't the most powerful at bursting down a target. Meanwhile, we're going to see the Paranoia coming out, and that's a lot more powerful at killing someone off. Kana dies in the side lane. Skewmond there.
Vladdy is ramping up very quickly, has the Seraphs.
Yeah, let's talk about where we are. Setting a vision here. You can see Caps actually TPing behind the Dragon right now. Broken Blade has that Hero's Entrance. The Paranoia is first. Caps dives in. Hero's Entrance going in as well. Isn't going to land a knock-up. Targamas got a 4-man towards the top side. Caps has been forced away. Broken Blade in the middle of the pit, tanking everyone. Targamas is going to die. The Equalizer will clip on Summer. Broken Blade falls as well. Yike trying to step forward. Will land the smite. Now G2 are separated. Hun Summer's down towards the bottom side, limping through the river, through the jungle. Kalist trying to get the damage and will kill off Targamas. Now Rift Herald put down by KC.
G2 ended up trying to jump onto Kalist, and he was happy to pounce his way on out of there and continue through the fight. That combo not working for G2, and now KC gets so much off the back.
The idea is to...
Karmine Corp very much on the front foot. Only about 1,000 gold lead for them, and you can see what G2's composition wants to do. If that Hero's Entrance...
Top side of the map, I want you to keep your eyes on Broken Blade, right? Because at the moment he's just disappeared into that fog of war. All he wants to do is
Caps has been knocked up. He tries to get away, but the shutdown goes out. The cease and desist into Arcane Storm combination enough, and we talked about how Caps could be a nuisance. Well, Karmine Corp put him in his place. Lebrov will join him in the grave, and now Artakan is begun.
Just fantastic timing from Yike. Just as Caps face checks the brush, he is there ready to ulti him. Vladdy crucially gets those 2 kills as well, so a lot of gold just invested into his pocket. He secures the bot tower as well. The Rumble ultimate committed into mid. G2 can't trade anything back. They're trying to get the tier 2 in top, but Vladdy continues his push.
Yeah, and he's even, looks like we're going to TP up to that top side to make sure that you can't get any more as Broken Blade. So massive pick. Ultimate is not quite up cooldown, it's just there.
On the flank.
No cease and desist yet. 7 seconds before that one comes back up. Yike tries to dive in. Targamas dives in as well. Skewmon forced down to half HP. The flash away from Broken Blade, and Caps will force Targamas to withdraw, but Karmine Corp got the prize they were looking for. Cease and desist in as Caps is locked up once again. The Hero's Entrance. You're diving into your demise, Broken Blade. He tries to land the taunt. Hun Summer putting the damage down across the fight, but now he's the one locked up by G2. He manages to take out 2 with him, but there's only false lives. Vladdy stepping forward, dodges away from the Shadowing Strike.
30-second death time
now. Maybe there's a window, but Caps is already in top lane.
Yeah, I do think that with Broken Blade having low mana and low engage, you can try and fight this.
Lebrov knocked back. Targamas already in position, and Lebrov will fall. Well played by KC. Targamas, I think, Hex splashed across the wall to get in there.
I think it was just the threat of the Baron forcing the TP, and Caps on ward.
Yeah, Targamas finds him again with the Hex splash, and Caps is down. A moment ago, we were talking about how far ahead.
Slightly broken apart in terms of their setup. KC found picks, and they might be looking for more.
Targamas constantly finding people here. Skewmon dodges the stun with his Shroud of Darkness. The Baron will go over to Karmine Corp, though. Skewmon looking, see perhaps if he can get across to his red. Yike coming in across the wall here. And Lebrov, you only just got back to life. Take a nap, son. Targamas puts him in the dirt.
Hansama's on the bottom side of the map, so Casey, you're like, great, you try and contest any of the vision on this top side, we're going to take you down and we're going to take your towers with you.
It was that single pick on the Caps in the bot side of the map. After finding that double kill, they got so much off the back of it.
Lebrov dives in immediately onto Kalista, looking for the CC. He flashes the wall, though, and Skewmon tries to follow him. He doesn't win that fight. Kana pops his stopwatch, buys himself a second in the middle of G2. Yike chasing Skewmon down towards the bottom side. G2 retreating up towards the top, and Skewmon is going to fall. Kalist will take him. The Shield of Duran with the stun. The route down onto Targamas. He's going to escape, though. Broken Blade tries to get close enough, but there's no justice in the world that saves you there. G2 lose 3 again, and Karmine Corp are knocking on the door.
G2 are desperate, and KC know that. They are constantly in a position to match them, and Kalist just skates away, and KC are skating over G2.
Vladdy looking to continue his winning ways with the picks. He's had fancy feats, many outplays, and now KC find themselves at the doorstep of the nexus of G2.
Arcane Storm onto Caps, just forcing him back to the fountain. The Equalizer will follow! And Caps dies! There is no place safe for G2 as Karmine Corp land a punch in this best of 5.
What an answer from KC. Game
Center on bot lane. It's looking to be the center on bot lane.
Could be on top. Jace mid, Yasuo center.
Oh, you're right, yes.
So Kalist and Targamas have played this combination together once before that I can find. It was back... I can look for this. He goes, gets the level 6, flashes forward. Skewmon's going to flash away, but Vladdy's there for the chase. Caps dives in. looking to seal the fates of Vladdy and Yike, and with Broken Blade moving first. The flashback from Caps as he tries to get onto Vladdy. No summoner on Vladdy. He's down for first blood. Yike caught up as well. Flash with the Ruthless Predator stun, and Yike tries to escape, but the shield is not enough. G2 find 2 in the mid lane.
The roam from Broken Blade clutch there, plus the fact that Skumond ends up creating so much distance with Caps able to lock them down. G2 win out on the skirmish, and the Void Grubs are their prize.
I like the confidence from Yike and Vladdy to flat. Ooh.
Targamas not under tower here. Last Embrace is going to land onto Labrov. Kalist still only level 5, about a quarter of the way before he gets to 6.
Looking to get some deep vision on the top side of the map. No grubs, of course, to be able to respond with. But about
I think, though, there is a world where you do have to search roam because you do want levels on Kalist, which is the other thing with Kalist.
Dodges the Solar Flare, just gets slowed by it. Hansama walks past the wind wall, exhaust going down. Kalist tanks an extra tower shot! Kalist is down the game, getting them to 6.
He also flashed away from the shield from Targamas. That may have just been enough to save him. Would have been done by the G2 bot lane.
Oh, so at the very last... Oh, hang on, the top lane dive.
TP coming out, G2 will call off the dive. Call of the Forge God, though, from Kana as he makes a prayer, and Broken Blade is on the receiving end of it. He pops the Dominus, tries to get away, lands the stun as well. He'll go back in. Skumond using his old ultimate for Dragon up in 30 seconds, but G2 just using the pressure they have in the bot side to gain control of this jungle right now. They might look for a little bit more. Yike dashes forward. Labrov goes in, the Solar Flare, the CC, the Shield of Daybreak, the Root coming out as well with the Zenith Blade follow-up, but Yike dives in with the Moonfall, can't get the CC down in time. I'm not sure Kalist would have wanted to follow in with the last breath of his own, and now Targamas and Kalist need the help of their mid laner.
They want more. G2 is looking to dive this.
Targamas is on the wrong side. Targamas is just dead. Like, he sacrificed himself to make sure his AD carry would get out alive. He does. Labrov actually dies the tower here. I think if he parked up, he might have been able to get...
As we're moving into this, I feel like people forget a lot that Leona can just cross.
Kana has the call of the Forge God. Skumond does have flash, will use it to dodge away. Broken Blade has a tower a while away, but instead he dives onto Kalist, and Kalist is down again. For the second time this game, he falls. Broken Blade will fall for it, but he got his 1-4. Never mind! Never mind! He just slices and dices, and Karmine Corp are unable to collapse on him quickly enough. Kana's still on the chase. He will find him in the end. It's Yike that gets the kill. G2 used that time, though, to push through mid and to push through top.
The rest of us can miss those combos. Nice side steps from Vladdy as Yike, he doesn't know.
He does not know, and it's a Shield of Daybreak into his Zenith Blade. The Moonfall from Yike tried to get to the wall to flash it. Wasn't there in time. Labrov takes the kill. Targamas has to flash away from Caps. The TP coming in now. Vladdy in the middle of them all, flashes immediately. The Zenith Blade for the follow-up into the Strangled Thorns. Vladdy locked up, Labrov walks away. Battered and bruised, but still alive, and the same cannot be said for Karmine Corp. Kalist falls again.
The background, but as KC start to move in here, they think, okay, maybe we can start to make the play happen, but the shift from
G2 really couldn't execute their wombo combo. Now, here in this game 3, KC have started to, well, I say started to, are very rapidly falling further behind, and if they can somehow find an angle, maybe, and they're looking for it right now, it seems.
I think they want the call of the Forge God in a choke. Labrov steps to the side, goes back in with the Zenith Blade, and Caps is there for the follow-up. Caps diving onto the back line, and Stranglethorns comes out, but doesn't really hit on to anyone.
Position, and now G2, they get the return pick. They're going to get a tower, and it's off of Labrov. Being just spectacular. It's just that it's very difficult to find those chances because G2 are not setting up as like a big chunky unit. They're kind of playing for these quick picks in smaller groups that makes it very difficult.
He's positioning to make sure that he can't.
Okay, so they're the 15%. You know, that happens. But KC, they're getting closer.
Dawning Shadow.
Okay, they're not getting any closer.
They say the day is darkest just before the dawn. For Karmine Corp, it's pretty damn dark right now.
Labrov is about to light things up.
And he is, jumps onto Kana. Targamas tries to flash the wall with the Solar Flare. Stun follow-up with a Ruthless Predator. And Targamas is deceased. More passive gold, 95 stacks at the 25-minute mark. Not really where you want to be, and isn't going to accelerate that any further because there's no jungle really for him to follow Yike around through. So they might as well just wait for it to come in.
Yeah, the thing is though, is KC, it's kind of, you got to make a choice. Do you just slow lose or do you go for the all-in play?
Oh, BB's been engaged on. There's the all-in. He's still got a false life. The Solar Flare went wide as well, but that's a tower to G2.
He can only be responsible for what he does.
If Caps goes Gabagee, Hansama should go Gabagoot, you know? Like, it's you can't just expect him.
Completely. You guys make...
Over that area, but the problem is, You don't have Call of the Forge God, still for about a quarter of his cooldown. Kana is going to go in here. Bellow's breath. Solar Flare goes on to Like. There's the follow-up, but there's no last breath coming out from Kalist. Didn't want to fully engage. The lock-up onto Broken Blade and knock-up onto Lebrov. The Strangled Thorns coming out as well, and Karmine Corp have chunked out G2 enough. Vladdy is answering bot wave right now, and because of that, Lebrov decides it's time to go. Solar Flare, Strangled Thorns, and Yike is done for. The Cats again with a banana combo. Get this guy some potassium, because apparently he doesn't have enough. G2 still find a kill, and they'll take the mid lane tier 3 from it.
Yeah, they get some iron into them anyway, being able to take down these structures in the mid lane, but for G2, it's just every time they're finding these picks.
No, he cannot. He tried though.
It's also the problem with these plant-based junglers is they can put plants in.
For G2 as they're already in position.
Caps is
okay.
Oh, they jump in immediately. And his Spade is sealed. Call of the Forge God going in as well. Now can Karmine Corp find more? Broken Blade pops up with Dominus. Kano's on that front line. Strangled Thorns coming out as well. G2 looking for a little bit more poke. Kalist now going forward with that last embrace onto Broken Blade. The Drake resets. Karmine Corp found a great pick across the wall onto Caps.
Kalist getting the heal up off that wave in mid lane as well, so KC feeling a little bit stronger coming in towards this. Skewmont has no ultimate available. Sama playing out of the position to actually get engaged on.
Kana has TP. Broken Blade does not, and G2 will give it up.
Really Vladdy who can clear these waves, so you can see them spraying them across the map, and Broken Blade going top side. But there we go.
They dive in immediately. The last breath as well. Skewmont pops his Zonya. Caps goes in with the face sealed. He'll kill off Kalist. Strangled Thorns on Yaiken. It worked once, but at the second time of asking, G2 were ready to jump in and immediately punish. Kana now trading with Broken Blade. Caps is on its way across. The Ruthless Predator from Broken Blade into the slice and dice forward. Call of the Forge God from Kana. Still lands the knockup. BB flashed the wall though and got to safety. The inhibitor in the bot side has fallen. Karmine Corp trying to defend 3v5 now. And their first Nexus tower is already forfeit.
G2 continuing their siege. They know they have the numbers advantage. Vladdy forced to flash away.
Caps jumps onto Vladdy once again. They will get the knockback. Vladdy's still alive. Lebrov going in with a Zenith Blade, but he's locked up in the end. Vladdy is jumped on by Broken Blade. And now with the Nexus Bear, Lebrov and co will go 2-1 up and be one game away from Grand Finals.
G2 taking themselves to match point, a convincing...
Nuke one target, so Vego gets his reset. As the Cho'Gath comes out into the... It is a handshake, as you say. Cho'Gath Sion.
It's such a monster pick here. It is such a monster pick here. When I think of Cho'Gath into Ryze, and Ryze being this kind of machine gun mage, Cho'Gath just yells at you and tells you to...
As Skewmont recognizes that he's still got to kill this dragon, the red buff is respawning, and Yike is definitely pathing towards the top side of the map. So Broken Blade gonna have to have that awareness and recognize that that top jungle is not safe.
I will say though, the back timer for Kalist and Targamas there wasn't great, because you can see Hansam and Lebrov got to crash a pretty sizable wave and now open up a nice CS lead for themselves on that bottom side. So at least for G2, Hansam is starting to open up that lead against the Draven, but again, you kind of need to kill Draven to really put him out of the game. So
Rob,
is it just a cover?
I mean, this looks like a play to me.
But they know that nobody's on mid. Look at the pings from G2.
Oh, good interrupt there. The Unbreakable coming out from Lebrov. He is going to die. First blood to Kalist.
Okay to say, hey, look, I'm not going to be down here for this bottom side. Sure, you might give some gold across the Cho'Gath, but a bit of extra gold doesn't mean too much into a tank Cho'Gath. It's more about securing all 6 grubs for yourselves, and now you can also ult into that bottom wave if you need to secure dragons, so they're perfectly fine to match the play on top and still have essentially a smite for this objective.
Yeah, Vladdy just TP'd down towards the bot lane Triber to try and get her in time, but as you say, the feast comes out.
Have to play in towards Caps, and his walls thus far have been really good. I mean, you were highlighting it there in that fight, so it's making it very difficult for KC to play out of that position once it happens, and Broken Blade now.
Is it enough?
That is!
Just gobbles him up! Nom 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 nom.
An easy kill for Broken Blades. I mean, he really did make that look so easy. Gentleman Cho'Gath tips his hat. And he's likely going to get a tower here as well. Maybe he's overstayed his welcome on the bot side. But
he's got no mana. It would be difficult for him to fight against Yike. Skewmont is hovering him. Yike is hit. Oh, the dodge on the Spectral Maul. Basically blind as Yike comes across and has to Heartbreaker. Skewmont isn't going to chase any further.
He'd already used the Audacious Charge as well to try and get in there, so doesn't want to overextend, especially when there are members of KC missing up.
So nothing too crazy, and I think G2's happier about this just because they'll get the top tier 1 as well. against this Anivia, it's too difficult to siege, especially with Labrov, who was hovering on the bot lane as well. Overall advantage gain, and now they can use this Herald to finish off that tier 1 in the mid lane, already opening up the map for themselves. Another Omnom now slowly but surely chipping away at the structures. Broken Blade.
Can they kill it? There's the root, gets the silence, isn't getting knocked up with the decimating smash. No one really was able to auto-attack him there, so I'm gonna say we don't know yet if they can kill him.
Results inconclusive on the experiment.
Trying to step forward. Broken Blade acting as that bodyguard. Can't quite land the knockup. Vladdy's coming in from the bottom side. They dive onto Kana and Yike. Broken Blade flashes, and Yike gets gobbled up. The Realm Warp in as well. I don't think Vladdy wanted to take that. That's a one-way ticket to nowhere. Kana, the next target for G2. The Encore comes over 3, but Targamas now on the retreat, has to flash the wall, and Skewmon, wind becomes lightning, and Targamas becomes fertilizer. Kalist now with a flash and a barrier. Gets over to the right side of the wall. Caps still looking for more, and there is another. Caps' passive has not even been procced this game. G2 with an ace.
It is the only boss that you need to find a way of shutting down on the Rift right now, because this man is an absolute... I mean, the idea behind Cho'Gath, right, is that his W is very low range. Makes it much easier to land all that other CC.
I will say Caps putting down a massive AoE slow
also helps.
Probably contributes. If you guys think it will be another Drake to them, delayed by 1 if they were looking for a fast soul. They're only on soul point now, as Karmine Corp were able to take the Dragon earlier on, while G2 took.
With how this Rise can use the ultimate. Kalist now, he doesn't have flash.
Does not have flash, and that's a flash frost to the face. Or frostbite, I believe, as G2 now pushing through mid.
And like, I think that this is actually something that Jojo Pyun talked about after Caps brought out this Anivia, is that like, this is not a champion you see particularly often. So oftentimes you haven't played against it in competitive, you haven't played against it in scrim, so you're just not really sure what exactly you're supposed to do against a champion like this. And unfortunately, KC feel a bit lost.
A major issue as well for KC is, as soon as Kalist is dead, where's your consistent DPS on a Cho'Gath? Even with Kalist alive, it's still going to be tricky, but at least he can chuck some axes into that massive gentleman. Right now,
Point in it early, but in the late game, when you put more points into it, the sides of the wall, it can cover so much space, and it can trap people off. Kana, he's trying to escape, but there's the wall.
The crystallized Encore is going to hit onto 3, but they don't really have the follow-up as of yet. Kana's still on that front line, but the dive onto the back. Kalist locked up. G2 find another. They're going to try and warp out, but the crystallize into the knock-up.
Triple?
It's a triple for BB. A quadra for BB. Get back here, Yike! Get back here!
He's CPing!
It's a Michelin star meal, Broken Blade. No! No!
You know?
It was raw and wriggling and ready to be eaten up, Broken Blade. But instead, the Nexus G2's target, a spot in the grand finals, G2's target. And Karmine Corp could not stand up to the power of the Gentleman Cho. 11-1, 26 minutes in. Karmine Corp locked in their fountain. They're not climbing that blue wall as G2 go to the finals.
Yike refuses to be the prawn for this Shogun, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. G2 looking incredible.